If your dog follows you into every room, you might think it's sweet, or they're needy, or maybe even a little annoying. But you'd be wrong. Dogs don't work on human emotional logic. When they shadow your every move, it's not about love or boredom. It's a deeply wired biological instinct. Today, we're going to strip away our human ideas and look at the real science behind why your dog just can't let you out of their sight. First, let's talk about the vulnerability instinct. This explains the most puzzling behavior of all, following you into the bathroom. To us, the bathroom is a private space, but to a dog's ancient memory, it's a place of serious danger. In the wild, an animal is never more vulnerable than when they're, well, taking care of business. Their senses are distracted, and they can't run or fight easily. Wild canines solve this by having a pack member stand guard, watching for threats. Your dog doesn't understand door locks or what a bathroom is. Their nervous system just screams, "You're isolating yourself, closing the exit, and you're vulnerable." So, when they nudge the door open or sit firmly against it, they're not invading your privacy. They're covering your blind spot. They're telling you, in their oldest language, "I've got your back. You're safe." Second, the micro-movement translation. Have you ever noticed your dog knows you're about to leave a room before you even stand up? You might shift your weight, let out a sigh, or glance towards the hallway, and instantly, your dog is on their feet. We think they're just sensitive, but the truth is far more complex. Dogs are master observers of human micro-movements. They don't just watch what you do, they study the exact sequence of muscle contractions before you do it. To a dog, you're not just a person, you are their entire world. You control access to everything, outside adventures, food, even safety. Since they can't ask your plans, they rely on predicting your moves. They follow you everywhere because they're constantly gathering data, mapping your habits. When you walk to the kitchen with a certain stride, they know it means food. When you walk to the front door with a different posture, they know it means departure. Following you is how they stay ahead of the game, turning an unpredictable human world into something predictable and manageable. Third, the core regulator. There's a big difference between a dog who follows you out of anxiety and one who follows you for regulation. If your dog paces, whines, and can't settle when you change rooms, that's separation anxiety. It's a nervous system in distress. But if your dog simply walks into the room you're in and immediately goes to sleep on the rug, that's something else entirely. That's co-regulation. Mammals regulate their heart rates, breathing, and stress levels by being near a trusted figure. Human babies do it with their moms, and dogs do it with you. Your dog's body literally feels different when they're in your physical orbit. Their cortisol drops, their breathing slows. They don't follow you into the home office because the office is interesting. They follow you because your physical presence is the switch that turns their internal alarm system off. They're carrying their safety blanket with them, and that blanket, it's you. Fourth, the information funnel. Imagine living in a world where you don't speak the language, can't read the signs, and loud, unexplainable things happen daily. That's your dog's daily reality. A delivery driver, a car backfiring, strange voices in the hallway. To make sense of this chaos, dogs use you as their information funnel. When a strange noise happens, your dog follows you to see how you react. They're watching your face, your shoulders, your walk. If you walk to the window calmly, their brain says, "Leader is unbothered. Threat is zero." They shadow you because you're their translator. Without you, every sound is a potential danger. With you, the world is filtered and explained. They're not just following your body, they're following your judgment. Fifth, the disappearance of the pack. We tend to forget that our dogs, even on their fancy beds, are still wolves in fuzzy clothing. In a natural canine structure, isolation means death. A canine separated from its group is vulnerable to predators and starvation. Evolution is incredibly slow to change these survival rules. When you leave the room and close the door, human logic says, "I'm just a few feet away." Canine logic says, "The group is fragmented. The visual connection is broken." For many dogs, following you from the living room to the kitchen isn't clingy behavior. It's a deeply ingrained instinct to keep the pack together. By keeping you in their line of sight, they're satisfying a primal urge that whispers, "Together, we survive. Apart, we're at risk." It's an ancient math, and you are the most valuable number in their equation. Sixth, the scent gradient. Dogs see the world primarily through their nose. Their sense of smell is incredibly powerful. When you move through your house, you're not just walking, you're leaving an invisible trail of your scent. As you sit on the sofa, your scent pools there. When you get up and move to the kitchen, the scent is strongest where you are now and fades where you were. For a dog, moving towards the highest concentration of your scent is as natural as a human moving towards the light. They follow you because the freshest concentration of you, their primary source of comfort and happiness, is the air right around you. They are literally bathing in the safety of your scent. And when you move, the safety moves. So, they move with it. Seventh, the sudden shift. If your dog has always followed you and suddenly stops, or if they never used to shadow you but suddenly can't leave you alone, pay attention. Major changes in proximity behavior usually signal something specific: pain, illness, age-related changes, or a new anxiety. Dogs are creatures of pattern. When their closeness pattern changes sharply, don't dismiss it. A dog who suddenly withdraws may be hiding discomfort. A dog who suddenly clings intensely may be struggling with something they don't understand. Either way, this change in behavior is important information. It's data about their physical and emotional state that needs to be investigated. It can be exhausting to trip over them, to have them nudge the bathroom door open, or feel their breath on the back of your knee when you're just trying to make tea. But when that frustration rises, remember what's truly happening. Your dog isn't trying to annoy you. They're not flawed. They are guarding you when they think you're vulnerable. They are using you to make sense of a confusing human world. They are actively lowering their own heart rate by remaining in your shadow. To be followed by a dog isn't a burden. It's the ultimate biological compliment.